Hey everybody, welcome back. I figured tonight I'd take a look at my Pomoly T1 titanium folding stove. Sort of a long-term review. I've been using it all winter. I think I got 5 solid trips in under my belt. And sometimes I burn this thing 24/7 or close to it. So I want to take a look, see how it's holding up. First things first, let's take a look at the door here. Some people might be concerned, about the glass window. No issues there. The only thing, it does kind of sag a bit. So sometimes when you shut it, it's kind of hard to engage that latch. So I never really shut it all the way. I'll just kind of let it shut and just get it just enough so it doesn't fall or open back up on its own if it's on a slant. A little air intake, no issues there. The glass, a little bit dirty right now, but I'll clean it before my next trip. But I never really have any issues with that getting black unless I'm burning. One trip I burned some oak, it wasn't quite dry, and it was, you can see the flame licking it, and it just gets real black and sooty. But all you have to do, if you got some thicker leather gloves, you can just reach in there and do that. Or just kind of let it clean itself. Once you start burning it real hot, it tends to kind of clean itself. So no issues with the window. The metal or the actual box itself, badly warped on top here just after the first use. I got this straight edge here. I'm not sure if you can see that, quite a large gap right there between the first and second reinforced struts that they have welded in there. So, not real happy about that. For cooking, it's, less than ideal. You put maybe a pot a little bit larger than that, and it's kind of funny, it kind of bounces around. So you have to kind of pick a spot and find it where it sits flat and conducting a lot of heat. So as long as it doesn't get any worse, I'd be somewhat happy. The sides here are pretty badly warped. Top to bottom or side to side. Well, yeah, top to bottom. Pretty bad. Front to back, quite a bit as well. The back, it's buckled out pretty bad. You can see that on camera. And then same on the other side. Same on the bottom, just from looking at it, I can tell. I won't measure that or test it. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully that's just aesthetics. It is getting pretty tough to fold back down. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. But as long as it doesn't get any worse, this little hinge on the bottom should be okay. Another thing I want to show you here, got a hole in my, last year I got one hole in my tent for my old stove, even with the spark arrestor. This year I got another hole without the spark arrestor, because what I did, let me start, first things first, I can't find it, it's in my garage here somewhere. Here we go. I bought this real fine stainless steel mesh. And it worked great on my Lux Outdoors 3W stove. It's kind of like a card system that you put into right above the damper. And it's works really well as long as you're burning the stove nice and hot and it doesn't have a chance to accumulate any like soot or creosote on there. Actually, it just burns red hot, so you don't have any issues. So what I did, I cut kind of a football shape or an oval shape, put it on there, folded it over a little bit, and then put the pipe over that. And it worked out great, I thought, until a stupid rookie mistake, or not even a rookie mistake, I should have known better. The second night, one of my trips, I dampened it down all the way, and it was just, a nice slow roll all night. And I woke up at probably 2 a.m. I heard this like wet, like farting sound. And I look over, and I couldn't get my stove started. I didn't know what was going on. I took a look up around here, around the pipe, and there was just this black goo just oozing out, making this sound. It was crazy. So I had to take the chimney off, filled my tent full of smoke. It's like 2:30 a.m. by this point, and basically just had to get rid of the spark arrestor, put the pipe back on, and let it burn nice and hot, and get everything all cleaned up. So I won't be doing that issue again. Like I said, I should have known better. You need that spark arrestor underneath the damper so it stays nice and hot and burns all that soot off, or it doesn't have a chance to accumulate that sticky goo. But yeah, it was kind of scary. This whole thing, not this piece, but a piece like it was just solid, just black goo, creosote buildup on there. So definitely won't be doing that again. So I do like having a spark arrestor though. So what I did here, take a closer look. Actually, you can see the roll of metal right there. Same stuff, stainless steel, but the opening's a lot larger. Not very large, maybe a 1/8 of an inch. What I did, you can see it down here from the top, and that's actually inside. So that's gonna burn nice and hot, and it won't have a chance to get plugged up. So let me pop the top off here and show you what I'm talking about. There's not really any way to attach it other than just, you know, cutting a square piece and basically just kind of pressure, whatever we call it, pressure fit inside there between this channel, reinforcement channel. Actually, that's where it buckled right there. But anyway, the last piece here, I just kind of wedge this in between that last one and the back wall here, that lip. Now that's where it sits on a firebox, so it doesn't really like to sit flat on that, but it's better than nothing. You see when I put it on here. Front's nice and easy to lock down. But when I get to the back, you can kind of see if you can see it on camera. It doesn't want to sit perfect because that mesh is inside there. So I just kind of force it on, and it's pretty tight. I don't think that would cause any issues. And again, looking down inside there, it's I don't think many sparks will get through, if any at all. I'm hoping they'll hit that mesh and dissipate. So other than that, the legs are doing well. No issues there. They're pretty lightweight, but yeah, it's a nice stove. We'll see how it works this year and into next year. One other thing I'll mention is the chimney pipe. Now, not to be critical, but this from the start, I just didn't like it. It just seems so much thinner than I expected. It had a real, just kind of a cheap matte finish to it. Very difficult to roll. If you're familiar with these, it pretty much goes without saying. But it's just, you know, you can see right there, it got bent or just real cruddy, really beat up. Again, that's all aesthetics, but I just wasn't very happy with that, so I bought another piece from Light Outdoors. It's L-I-T-E, outdoors.com, I believe. Real nice material. It almost seems like it's twice as thick, but it doesn't really feel any heavier. I think I went with an 8-foot piece on that, but just a nice shiny finish to it. Almost looks like stainless steel instead of that matte finish. Really nice stuff. Used it a couple trips so far, so I really like having that. I guess that's about it. There's not much else to say. I am liking the stove, like I said, so far, and we'll just keep on using it. See how it continues to work. Got another trip coming up here in actually next weekend, so I'm looking forward to that.